I don't feel like my reputation needs to be reclaimed. Let's say it for the record. I'm not embarrassed by anything I've done. I guess my greatest crime is I had a relationship with a man, but that's not something that I find embarrassing in any way. And I know that I have not done anything that's illegal.
Joining me now is Associate Editor of Reason magazine, Billy Binion. Billy, let's talk about Trump's Georgia case, where he is accused of participating in a wide-ranging scheme to illegally overturn the 2020 election. Fani Willis is overseeing what some are calling the most important trial of this century. It could have an enormous impact on the 2024 election. Yet we're finding out that she not only secretly had sex with a subordinate, she misused public money, financially gained from it, it looks like. But did she also potentially lie under oath? Tell me all about this case.
Yeah, so essentially, someone testified during her hearing to determine whether or not she should be disqualified from seeing this case through, that she actually started a romantic relationship and that there was no doubt in this former employee's mind that this former relationship, or this relationship with her special prosecutor, started in 2019, which would mean she not only hired her lover to oversee what I did call the most consequential trial of the century. And then I say that whether or not you support the prosecution or you don't. Even if you don't support the prosecution, we're prosecuting a former president in state court where pardon power doesn't apply. So if he's convicted, there's a good chance he will go to prison, and that's very much precedent setting. So not only, like I said, is it possible that she hired her boyfriend, but it's also quite possible that she lied under oath about it. And you refer to those kind of questionable financial transactions. It seems that they exchanged money at different points, and she claims she always paid him back in full in cash payments. So there's, of course, no record of it. People can debate all they want whether or not that makes sense. But I will just say, in the States, I thought we had decided that having sex with a subordinate in a professional setting was obviously ethically problematic. And, you know, I write for Reason Magazine, which is a civil libertarian publication. And I write a lot about law enforcement accountability. It is often difficult in the US to hold prosecutors accountable when they violate the Constitution, which has always been kind of reversed to me, because if you're enforcing the law, I don't think you should be above it. And those on the left in this country are often on board with that premise. But during this hearing, you know, I'm sure you saw as well a lot of the commentary from liberal-leaning people. It was a lot of like, Fani Willis is a girl boss, you know, yes, queen, you know, a man is not a plan, which is, you know, a quote she had in her testimony. And I just have to say that if you care about law enforcement accountability, which I do, and which many progressives claim to, that cannot disappear when we're talking about one of the most consequential trials, like I said, could absolutely set a precedent and be in the history books just because this woman is on your team. Like, principles do not apply. You can't discard your principles the second they're politically inconvenient, because that defies the very definition of the word.